Come, let us prepare, make some good profits today. Market left this very big clue right here. Let's talk about that in today's video. You want a big move, it's going to come again, right? We had our big move today. We talked about this. I talked about looking out for that selling continuation, and I warned you about that 20-day moving average here. Bigger moves are coming. Let me show you that in today's video. But before that, intraday analysis, understanding how to be looking for profits in the charts. The algorithms will show you the clues in the macro structure as well. 9:35 now. As early as 9:35, you already identified this beautiful magenta algorithm. Now, I want to show you how important this magenta is because there was a microstructure here with the smaller magenta here. And just take a look how beautiful, especially this engulfing candle here near the magenta. The market has given us this absolutely beautiful early trade here. Now, even if you missed this, I will show you it doesn't matter. It just means that you are early for the next trade because you've identified this magenta and you see for yourself how the magenta is printing for you very simply here. Right, I will show you that later, but as early as 9:35, you would have already identified that algorithm. And take a look, 9:48, all you got to do once you identified that was to prepare. It's the same, exactly the same magenta algorithm right there with the 20-day moving average as part of the structure. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful, beautiful trade. And remember, even if you missed the trade here, you're always early for the next because you've identified the algorithms. So there's absolutely no reason to think you missed a trade or to start chasing and forgetting about your risk management. Now that after 11:11, I warned you about the 20-day moving average, and I talked about how you can wait for a cup to close here, especially once we identified the teal, and you see how beautiful the teal was tapering right there. And just take a look for yourself how beautiful the structure is, grabbing the liquidity here. There is a microstructure, I will show you that, but you understand how to be looking out for cups and handles like that. This was my first 100% trade of the day. I missed the drop down. I was busy with something in the morning, but that's absolutely all right. Remember, as I tell you, you can always be prepared. You're always early for the next trade, because you have learned to identify the algorithms. You don't worry about missing a trade. This isn't luck to you. This is a form of skill. You know what you're looking out for. You know you can do this every day, and I'm showing that to you every single day. And most importantly, you don't chase. Remember, you don't put yourself out of your risk parameters. You're always preparing for the trade ahead because you understand the algorithms. I talked about this microstructure here, 11:44. Just take a look for yourself. Here, 11:44. I talked about this teal liquidity. Wait for the head to start forming with the blue algorithm. And beautifully to the penny. Just take a look. It's to the penny on the break. Absolutely beautiful trade right there. Now, this particular trade, just one trade like that, 100%. Absolutely beautiful. Now, thereafter, you see how the market started grabbing once again. You're always early, right? Because once you've identified this teal algorithm, just take a look how teal is building that liquidity again. And there you have it again. One more time. I had another 100% trade here, all because I was patient and waited out for the teal algorithm right there. A very important technique here as well. I will be sharing this in a training video for members this weekend, but you can just tell how it started tapering, and this would have been a beautiful and quite straightforward trade here, which I took as well. Well, not quite a 100% trade. I was slightly late to that, but I will share a little bit more about this in a training video for members this weekend. Absolutely beautiful right here before we started rebuilding more liquidity, this time with the pink. Now, this pink algorithm is very important. I will talk a little bit about that. It's about learning this skill, this lifetime skill, so you can do this for the rest of your life by learning to find 5-figure profit trades. And I've shown you it's very possible to do it, but it's a long-term skill you need to learn. So don't rush this. And most importantly, please do not join if you're looking for signals. Signals will ruin you. You need to learn this skill for a lifetime. So you can do this every single day for the rest of your life. And we're talking about $10,000 a day, not a month, mind you, every single day. This skill is worth every ounce of your energy and determination to learn and master. It's not going to be easy, why should it? But it is possible. Stay focused, run this race strong. It will be life-changing, not just financially, but you will see how trading will make you a better person. Stay focused, we got this. Now, where do we go from here? It's important you understand. From watching yesterday's video, I talked about a couple of things here. The first one will be the selling continuation, whether in green or orange, that's the first. And the second one will be the reclamation of that 20-day moving average. You have to understand where the bullish liquidity is. And you have to understand that if the market wants to grab liquidity, it must first cross that 5-day moving average with that magenta algorithm. So pay close attention tomorrow if it starts to grab 5-day with that 5-day moving average at that magenta algorithm. And secondly, grabbing the liquidity here on the 644 level. Now these are very important levels. You have to pay close attention to that. The market may be waiting for Friday when Powell's speaking, so you just have to pay close attention. Just wait it out tomorrow. Be careful. And obviously, for more downsides, I mentioned that 5-day moving average has to start trending down a little bit more to catch up with your 20-day, because the larger downside will be when 5-day crosses below the 20 and where the liquidity at the blue algorithm is. I've shown you that here. One here, where the 20-day moving average is residing. Allow the market to build more liquidity, especially with the 5-day. If the market is kind, we do get a retest of that 5-day and grabbing the liquidity further, especially off that magenta 20-day moving average right there. Now, there's several ways you can look at this. Understanding the orange is controlling here before we start tapering. Now, remember, if you want to taper, you have to look out for that yellow, and subsequently that blue is the one that sells at this range. But look out for yellow here, especially when we break out of that 20-day moving average again below and having some form of stronger rejection here to the top. So pay close attention to that. Don't look at all these green candles and think, oh, we're bouncing back up again. There are more confirmations you can wait for, sure. If you manage to catch a very simple and early zombie trade here, that's absolutely fine. Right, we caught the Nvidia here as well, right? I talked about this. We caught it right at 170. So it's all about understanding what you want, what's your trading objective here. So it's important you understand how to be planning ahead, creating a plan and trading your plan, right? That's what they always say, planning your trades and trading your plan. So please watch yesterday's video. I provided more information here, especially with regards to the 5-day and the 20-day. And most importantly, you're aware how we got here, especially with the blue algorithm. So you have to be more mindful, wait for the blue. There will be several confirmation here with the yellow as well and the orange. So pay close attention, 5-day, let it trend down a little bit more. We will have more confirmation if this wants to head down. And lastly, look out for that green algorithm here. Just excellent liquidity. If the market grabs this, it will be absolutely blockbuster. Otherwise, always wait for cups to close. You're never too late. Remember, as I've shown you in the first half of the video, you can always wait for structure to start forming. And by then, what do you think is going to happen? Your 5-day will already turn into some sort of support. So will your confirmations of the green algorithm, and we will go back up again. And you will understand and you will see for yourself that I don't need big trades, right? I just need half a point, 1 point. And in today's case, we have very large moves because of the volatility from the selling. And so 1 point, I can easily get my 100% trades. So you don't have to be coveting for the big moves. You can always find very good profits as long as you understand the structure. So please remember, watch yesterday's video. Thank you very much for watching. See you closer to opening bell.